Innovative.
Innovative comedy.
Check this out. I'm Cool Ass Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet, and today I'm here with the homies, and we want to talk some shit and laugh.
Hey.
That being said, make sure you tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and innovative.comedy, and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture. Who I got in the building with me today?
What's good? It's Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. It's Innovative Comedy. It's Christmas. We here. It's holiday spirit, holiday cheer, you know, the normal. That's right. You hear Stone Cold in the back cracking them cans on your ass, opening that whoop ass on you, nigga. No stomping a mud hole in you and walking it dry.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Huh? What? Well, who else we got in here? I got the homie in here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. This is Robert Jackson over here, a.k.a. Tequila_Jackson_ the mixologist. I'm a bartender on the side, too. I think I do everything. I think I'm a licensed minister, too.
My nigga, Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades over here.
That's how you do it.
Living the dream, baby. That's the real style.
Living the dream, American style, baby. The big sleep, the big chill, the deep sleep, baby. Putting it on you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we just like, I just like wanted to do the show this last one of the year, just to, because this is the last one of the year, right? Yeah. Yeah, it will be. So just to like wrap up, we just gonna go over some topics.
He telling me right now he ain't gonna record next week. That's
no, because I'm like, it's stuff going on. We gonna figure it out. But yeah, you know, just wrapping up just the last of the topics and shit just that kept going and building through the year. It's topics that we were doing on this show in January that are still like relevant. And it's, you know, people can beat shit and bleed it out to try to make it relevant. But there's shit, this year has been a very, I don't know what's the word, just insightful, informative, exposing,
eye-opening.
Very eye-opening to maybe, I could say eye-opening to some, because some people's eyes were open to that shit already. You know what I mean? A lot of it. And it was just like, now all y'all eyes is open. Even in one of the things I've been saying, and I've been saying it this year, a lot of people that started the year as real like people, they good, ended this year very bad. They're done almost in the game. And a lot of people that started this year kind of looking like, oh, they ain't got nothing going, or they all ending the year strong. It's just like everything kind of reversed. Everything reverted on all sides. And
it rotated off its axis.
Causing his core to overheat. This nigga. But Black Dynamite, I sell drugs in the community. He's like, shut up, nigga, I ain't asked you.
It's my favorite movie. That
shit is hard. See, we got the inside jokes. But I was just saying, like, even I'll say, so we just gonna jump into everything. I'm gonna just keep going, because I got topics down, but we gonna get it going. Even, so like Jaguar Wright. So she's been a topic on the show a couple times this year. And, you know, she's been calling in the shows. She's been on podcasts that I watch. She's been on that, and I didn't watch because of her. It's stuff that I've already watched. And then I just see her on there, and I'm kind of like, I'm not watching this because I just seen who she was. And everybody was believing her and running with her narratives, and she's lying on people and pointing fingers. And then now, all the people that were believing her for all these years, she's ending the year, just delegitimized. She said something about Sean Carter, Jay-Z. It went national, got on the news, all this other stuff. When the lawyers popped up, and I didn't say that you AI'd that. She told the guy she was on the podcast with that it was AI. And he was like, we were only on a live. Like, you called in. That's your phone. Like, I didn't AI your screen. Like, what do you... So I love these people that were believing these narratives for years, but now you just know they're lying.
Because I never knew anything about her. She popped up on like a TikTok or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, well, whatever the topic was, I think it was like Zabada, whatever it was. And so I'm gonna use that word to say Zabada.
Zabada.
Yeah. But anyway, and so it's like, okay, and so you hear what this person is saying. It's like, well, who are you, and like, why are you relevant? And like, you're just in like white backgrounds on couches, you know, and like,
it's
you're
just sitting there, and you better know they coming. Like what?
Yeah.
Who's this mystic?
Fucking,
She's an oracle.
She's in those Pam Grier fucking 1970s like films.
She's a mystic oracle. And girl, I'll hit you with a bar stool. Like, what are you talking about? She just, and one thing with Jaguar, right? I have women like that in my family. I've grown up with women like that in my neighborhood, in school. It's like, you know what I mean? I've dealt with women, and then they don't act like that, then that's who they really are when they get comfortable. So it's like, those people, they'll literally lie, point the finger, yell, scream, try to like change narratives, be the aggressor, then try to play the victim. And all of that I've seen growing up. I've seen it 1,000 times, and just to see her like kind of trying to make like national news with that, and people like giving her a legitimate like platform of just to spew like, okay, you're saying rumors that you heard, like we've all heard these same rumors. You weren't in these, you were a background singer, you heard some stories, you probably went to a party or two, but you weren't this, like she was acting like she was on Beyonce's level. And that was like that's when shit got weird. And I felt like now people see that, and the people that were saying like you listening to a crazy person, now they're like, we told you she was crazy, and all these other people are like, oh, it was, but she had a point, and Jay's done this and that, and it's like, if you get caught for doing something, do the shit, like, or take them to jail. I'm saying do it like, I'm saying do the shit. I'm saying do it as far as
you get caught for something, do the shit.
I'm saying as far as do it like prosecute the motherfucker. Do it. Run him through the mud on YouTube, and that's what I meant. Do the shit that y'all doing. Don't do the shit because of crazy, like you said, a motherfucker that just go from couch to couch.
Yeah.
Don't do the crazy shit that got you caught.
Yeah.
Well, but then for the people who like spread these rumors and on people's couch and stuff like that, it's like, when does it get to a point where do you have whatever grievance against these people? Is it that you're just using this person's name because they're just in the limelight? So it's like, oh, I'm gonna say this about Jay-Z. I'm gonna say this about Beyonce. I'm gonna say this about Rutger Hauer. You know, whatever. Right?
Not Blind Fury.
Blind Fury. You know, so it's like, is it a grudge? Is it that you're trying to
Surviving the Game is a classic. Surviving the Game with Ice-T and Rutger Hauer, Charles S. Dutton, F. Murray Abraham.
Hobo with a shotgun.
Man.
My nigga going through the whole IMDb. Come on.
There was legends in there. It's two more dudes. It's the other dude from all the commercials and Scrubs, the doctor on Scrubs. He was in it too, the tall, skinny dude. He from the cop from Wild Hogs.
I told myself if I
he
went
was
on the game
also
show,
in
I'm taking
Point
Tony with
Break.
me.
He's in a ton of shit.
John C. McGinley.
He just that dude was in Suzuki commercials in the 80s. And he was like grown. That dude's like been working since like I was like born. And he was like he was like 22.
Hey, you ain't never tried to do Jeopardy or nothing like that?
Man, I feel like I would just get on the one show, they just talk about shit I have no idea what the fuck, and I'll just be like, damn. I'll be looking like
you just lose.
I'll be looking like, what's the nigga? The rap nigga.
But that's the beauty of it.
I did.
That's the
What's his
beauty
name?
of it.
What was his name?
Eli Porter.
I'm gonna be looking like Eli Porter sitting there like.
Nah, that was fucked up how they edited that video.
Oh, that's
I'm pretty
all-
sure it wasn't like that in real life. It was like they really slow-moed it and
No,
did all that.
you
extra
ever never watched the whole live of it, the whole event?
Yeah, it was like the little behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Then they did like one about a year later where it was
froze
like,
up.
this is where we are now based off of making that video.
And did you see the one
They
where
did
they
like a
went,
couple deep dives.
the one where they went back with the white dudes?
Yeah.
And that was like the most recent one, I think. That was
Eli Porter.
we did it. That was the best way. I did. He was like, he looked like a lesbian.
He said something about dental and grills. You need to go to the D&T's because I did it.
Poor Eli.
But that was definitely an era.
I was just about to say that was an era.
50 Tyson.
50
Oh,
Tyson.
50 Tyson.
Oh my God. All that world
I ain't
star
gonna
shit.
lie, man. I'm 50
50 Tyson. wherever he was from.
Said he was from Zone 6, Northside, Minnesota.
Please buy my album. Coming soon, please. That nigga said, buy my album.
It's coming soon.
Please. But he said, it's coming soon, please. Like you're asking them to release it. Like, buy my album. Coming soon,
It
please.
sounded like he was asking himself a lot of questions in that song.
Yeah, he was.
When he was standing in front of that mirror, he was asking himself questions.
Wasn't it like 20 questions? Instead of 50, 21 questions?
It was 21 questions.
He did
One day
20
I'm gonna be
Yeah, he had 15.
uh-oh remix.
What, the Ice JJ?
Where he said
Ice
he was
JJ.
gonna be a basketball player, but then he said he was gonna be a football player.
Yeah.
It was Ice JJ, that whole era of
What was
A-Town.
He was a little later though.
Antoine Dobson?
Yeah, he was in that.
He was in that era too.
He like flipped up. He like became like he joined some like
Cult.
church cult. You can, but they were like I guess like a black something. He joined this church and then they grew like a beard.
All races have them, man.
He
I was
was-
talking to this Vietnamese dude at work, and he was saying that they got like some cold little.
Because it's a money grab. It's
like that.
control. Somebody can just
But
control. a
it
bunch
don't
of
matter
people, get
what
money,
race
sex.
you are. It's like everybody.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of shit people put culturally and like try to put labels on certain things, but it's like anybody is capable of doing that shit. It's just
Well-
they gonna do it in their own way, you know?
Well, like I've always said, right? One of the biggest segregations is churches, because if you're a black Baptist, I'm a white Baptist. We both worship the same thing,
Yeah.
but our church house is just the people that look like us. Right?
Pentecostal.
Yeah, like you ain't been like even like an Asian Baptist church, or like a bunch of niggas just walk in.
Yeah,
It's
like they ready to jump. We ready to stomp and fall over and scream. They looking like what's going on here.
yeah, you see a dude, you see Bolo Young come out and it's like just point and go.
He's like- he snatches a collection plate from you. Go. But
Man,
That's the
I
only-
said stomp, man, and that shit kind of fucked me up because the other day I was working at the R&B brunch. You know, was Zaga and them, and you know, a lot of times when the party ends, what's the song you expect to hear when they kind of getting everybody to go out?
it's time to go.
That's what I would think, right?
Yeah.
They played Stomp by Kirk Franklin.
You
And
better
everybody
get somebody-
started walking out slowly but surely, one by one. And I said, damn, that works too.
I would think that would get somebody
Everybody
beat
sang
up.
the song, and then when they played it again, like a second time, that was it.
I would think that would get somebody beat up and stomped out.
I feel like you got to play like
Makes me clap my hands.
I seen a video of a dude getting beat up. He tried to start a fight in the club and got beat up, and then like everybody
He
in the
tried to
club
start a fight in the club.
and got beat up, and then
It
everybody
didn't go his way.
and everybody starts whooping his ass, and then the DJ starts playing Stomp like Kirk Franklin, and like niggas was like, "That's you didn't see that shit came." It was like maybe like a month ago. I seen that video.
I
That
feel
shit
like
was
if
hilarious.
you want people to leave the club, you got to play like Kurt Angle's thing, right? Just live.
The one when he came back.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, speaking
That
of
sounds like
clubs,
the lo-fi version.
They come out. You
What's the
suck.
shit that they used to have on Windows? The it was like a certain type of media file that shit would come out, so all the music will sound like the video games,
Like the
like the Nintendo music or something.
I don't know. I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Speaking of club things, it was years ago. My buddy and I were at this club, and it was like hot. It was kind of like the summertime, and we just happened to go outside and go do something. We come back, and one of our other friends that was there, he's high as shit, right? And like he's white, and it's like there's like his little like fucking Dennis the Menace hairs like all over
He
the
has that
place.
Trump suit.
Yeah.
The Trump bang.
And he's like sweating everywhere. Somehow he thought that he was in the bathroom. And there was two black girls, and he just whipped this shit out and just started pissing on them because he doesn't know where he's at. So he's just like la da 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 da, and it's just like he's like fire hosing them. Like
You know he could go to jail for that.
And so,
You
Bro,
gonna
that's
be on the
assault.
list.
Like you just assaulted
You gonna
somebody.
be on a list.
so security just happened to see him, grab him, and they tossed him out just like jazz. He was just like,
It's like a sack of laundry.
that was it.
It's you throw your laundry bag.
It was just like whoa.
That's how you
like-
throw your laundry bag.
That
on
was
the
like
bed.
totally assault.
yeah.
So you end up on a registry.
Indecency, fucking
Assault,
Assault.
yeah, like you got a couple charges.
penal assault.
No.
You could do some time off
Oh,
of that.
man.
Off of that one night where you didn't know where you was at.
Exactly.
It just
And it's like,
lost.
how did you think they were playing like it's going down like in the bathroom?
And why would you piss on somebody?
Like,
Would
the
it because
urinals-
it's going down? Like
the urinal's not that big. He's
It's
just
not speakers in the bathrooms and lights. But then motherfuckers be out of it. I threw a dude out before. He was pissing in went to the back by the ice machine. And I see him and I walked back there like, what is he doing? And I just see he's like pissing
he heard
on
the
the floor.
refrigeration from the ice machine and thought it
He
was the
was like-
fucking
I just grabbed that nigga like, nigga, and I just like kind of like Michael Myers him around like in the area because it was like that little. It's like. And even
I
that's-
see that area, yeah.
Even that's what the owner told me when he said he watched the security. He said it looked like Michael Myers when he catches somebody like in a closet or something. He was like, and the dude was just screaming like, ah! And he was like still pissing. Like it was, so I'm like, motherfucker, and I'm like slamming him around, and then I just let him go, and then I go get his homie. He's like, yo, get your boys, I'm about to fuck him up. So y'all got to roll. They like, our bad. They just bounced. So it was like 4 or 5 of them. They just left because they was like, yeah, he drunk, our bad. So.
Well, so you said pissing story, so let me tell this story because I told you about it. So years ago, I used to work at a place called Velvet Margarita Cantina. It's in Hollywood, and it closed. You know, like COVID, like shut that place down. So at the time period, I was working the door. I was doing security.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm in a suit and blah blah blah. And there used to be this homeless man who looked like a mixture of Chris Kattan and David Lee Roth.
That's Mango, if anyone doesn't know. That's Night at the Roxbury, if you really don't know. Such as the Mango.
And then of course David Lee Roth from Van Halen.
But what about Master of the High Kick, Roundhouse. I wish they
Splits.
could all be California. Suspender Magnifique. Continue.
Samurai.
Samurai for real.
Yeah, he's a samurai.
He was a shit.
And
He's
Oh,
the epitomes of like the early 90s, late 80s. Like, for real.
yeah. And I used to always joke with like our GM of like, oh yeah, hey, they go, you know, like
Roth Katan.
I just saw Roth Katan.
Roth Katan, David Lee Katan.
And he would always say, hey, yeah, like if ever no, I would say like that's because he looked like Andy Dick, Chris Kattan, and David Lee Roth, right? And I would say, oh yeah, hey, they go Andy Dick. And they'll be like, yeah, like never let him in, right? And of course, I thought it was a joke because it was always a running joke.
Yeah.
So one night I'm at the door, and I happen to look to like my right, and here's Andy Dick, and he walks up. I'm like, oh shit, right? And he's not really like that tall, and
It's
so
like what, like 5'5" probably?
probably like 5'5", 5'6".
Okay.
And so he's like, oh, this is Velvet Margarita. He's like, hey brother, how's it going? And then he swipes and rubs my chest real quick, and then he grabs my dick, and I'm just like, whoa.
Andy Dick.
And I was like, hey man, I was like, what are you doing? And he
Mind you, he always has these stories of assault. And like he does this. I watched the whole documentary about him doing this to like people, countless. He did it to Pamela Anderson at her roast. And everybody was like, yo, like you tripping. Like it's a roast, but you ain't supposed to like grab her titties. And like the way you said how he did it, that's how he grabbed Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, so it was a real quick like chest swipe. So it was like you doing zigzags. It was like boom, boom, bam, and I was like, whoa. And then he was like, no, it's all good, brother. And then he did it again before I can stop him. And then my GM came out.
This nigga. It was like DDT this nigga.
It's
right?
DDT.
Nigga head plant.
And so my GM come out, and I never seen him ever upset ever in life, right? Because he was always just like, chill.
Wait. Hold on, back up before we get that far.
Okay.
So you're doing security there,
Well, doorman.
doorman.
Yeah.
So pretty much you throwing people out or doing all that, right?
And part of the list is
Yeah.
don't let Andy
You
Dick
dig
in.
in. So I'm at the door, so he never
Right,
steps
but
in.
okay. So when you see him, are you more just like starstruck, like damn, Andy Dick's here, or is it like, cause had it been anybody else, like just some random person that's coming to the spot, you know, and they start tripping, you gonna throw him out, right?
Yeah. So I didn't realize who he was until he walked up, right? So as he walked up, it took me a minute because he walks up and he's with his boyfriend at the time period, right? Because he's bi. So
What year was this? Like
this was like 2018, 19.
Oh, okay, that's recent.
I was gonna say that explains a lot.
Oh yeah, 'cause I always thought he was fugazi.
Yeah, right. So like he walks up.
But he's just very touchy feely about it, to where now you're just so open to where you think you could do that with
To
everybody.
everybody.
You don't respect other people's privacy
At all.
So prior, the stories from the bar were always from the guys that had been there for a long time. Was like, yeah, a couple would come in, and they'll be at the bar, and they'll be like, "Oh, hey, that's Andy Dick. Can we go say hi to him?" And then, like my friend would always say, "Enter at your own risk." And it was like, okay. And then he would grab the guy's dick in front of his girl, and then like he'll fucking trump like the girl, like grab her by the pussy and shit, and grab her tits, and it would freak him out, and then they'll be like, okay, like we're never coming back here.
Yeah, we're out.
So when he walked up and he stopped and he was like, oh, this is Velvet Margarita, mind you, it's traffic, right? Because everybody's going back and forth. So when he walks up and he's like, oh, this is Velvet Margarita. He's like, oh, hey, how's it going? And then it was just swipe, bam. And I was just like, whoa. And then he did it
that's
twice.
his move.
Yeah. So then
That's his move.
It's his move.
You know, everybody got a finisher, like, you know.
He made a move.
That was
you
his,
get your
That's
special.
his
you gotta do your taunt when you get your special.
That's his
so that's the
signature.
taunt that he do when his special start building.
That's his signature.
he had the Santino Cobra.
Like that's his signature before the finisher. That's his signature.
That lets you know he going in for the kill.
Yeah.
That's when he started doing
He try to
this.
see what your
He trying to
reaction
get you
gonna
up.
be.
He already hit you with that, and then he starts like, "Come on."
No, he does the Orton, like
Yeah.
the real, like the real sensual. Yeah, let's go.
Spins
baby.
around and
Viper.
starts coiling.
He does the
He starts
Viper.
coiling. He's coiling. It's so fucking crazy. And
So then my GM comes out, and I've never heard another man tell another grown man, "Shoo." Like he was an old porch dog. He was like, Andy Dick, what are you doing here? Because I just want to say I'm sorry. He was like, fuck your sorries. Get out of here. And then he was just like,
He probably
did the same shit to him.
invaded his privacy.
no, actually, it was the owner. And
That's what I'm gonna start
and I'ma
calling
get
him.
you.
Well, good look, he
So
go,
he tells him, "Shoo, get out of here, yeah!" And Andy Dick just like, okay. And I'm like, wait a minute, did you just go yeah
Yeah.
to this man? And he was like, and he stomped his foot like, "Go, get out of here, shoo, yeah!" And then he like left, right? So everyone that I told the story to at the bar, I'm like, hey, like Andy did grab my dick. They were like, yeah, that seems about right. Anyway, and I was just like, wait.
they're like, that's normal here.
Yeah, and so my friend, I had a friend named Angela who lives in Hollywood. He grabbed her breast one day, so she kneed him in the groin. And I was like, oh, okay.
I wonder what his first interaction with what's my man's name?
Ben Stiller.
No.
That was his best friend.
No. I'm talking about the daddy from Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh, Terry Crews.
Oh, Terry Crews.
Yeah. What was the first interaction like between Terry Crews and Andy Dick?
I mean, it probably was the same thing because
But
so my buddy Dean, who's a musician, this is like the week after he grabbed me. Dean is at one of the bars, mind you, it's all rock star shit, whatever. Dean's in the stall. Andy Dick walks in. He has a jean outfit on. That's the specific. It was a full jean, Daff and the Brady Bunch fucking like outfit.
Denim man.
Denim man.
Denim man. Gilligan. I always say Gilligan because Gilligan, he just looked like he. And I think they showed him when he was like a beatnik and he used to always just wear denim. Gilligan.
Bob Denver. Gilligan?
Well, not John Denver.
John Denver.
No,
Well, no, it was Bob
Bob Denver. Yeah.
Come
on,
John
man.
Denver.
Yeah,
John
he had
Denver's
it.
the singer.
Yeah, bro.
I'm thinking of the singer.
I just got done saying I was gonna take him on the game show with me. Now I gotta like.
I'm leaving in the jet plane. That's what that was.
Said I've been in the desert on a horse with no name.
No, that was the band America.
No, that's
You fucked
John
it up.
Denver.
John Denver didn't. No,
That's John.
that
Denver.
song was by the band
I'm about to look it
America.
up. Look
Yeah,
it
you
up.
know why? Yeah, because that song was on San Andreas.
That's John Denver.
No, that's
It was
America.
on San Andreas.
Bet you it's America. So anyway, so going back, so Dean's in the urinal. No, well, like the bathroom stall.
I heard sirens. Oh,
Oh, that's his fault. Silence.
I'm like,
And-
them sirens sound close as hell.
So Andy walks in and he's like, "Hey man," he's like, "I'm using the bathroom," and then Andy walks up to him closer. He's like, "Dude, I'm pissing. Like, what are you doing?" So then Andy puts his hand in his pee stream, and it freaks Dean out, and he's like, "Bro," he's like, "if you don't leave, I'm gonna pee on you." And Andy still got his hand in his pee stream. So Dean just says fuck it, and then just fire hoses him, covers him all in piss,
That's
and then
insane.
Andy walks out and kind of like rubs himself with it. It's like,
He's a
all right.
freak. He's a weirdo.
And then the last time that he came in,
and they still let him in.
on my night off,
He's in the bathroom already, so yeah, he's inside.
no, this is at another bar.
Oh shit.
He came back
That
to
nigga's
our
a predator,
bar.
nigga. He's like the definition of a predator.
Yeah, because he came back the next time.
But he wanted grown booty.
It's a man's butt.
Some man, but And he left a royalty check that we couldn't cash. He was like, "Oh yeah, here's the bill," and it was like, but he took out a bunch of coke and pills and was like, "I could pay in this," but he dropped it like a fucking magician, like he was like he was Copperfield. He was like, bam.
Like when you go through the metal detectors, you put all your shit in a bucket. It's like he dropped it.
It's like he dropped everything.
Like a fucking barter system of coke and pills and
random
shit.
Pills and lint.
It's like a syringe in there. It's still got the cap on it. Like,
has a receipt from like Sparrows.
Oh,
it's in there.
Sbarro.
That nigga is wild. I watched the whole documentary. He was like living in a camper, and then he was doing this like IRL shit, like 24 hours. But I guess he was kind of being held hostage by like some other weirdo that I guess he had clicked up with all these weird niggas, and they all live in like mobile homes and drive around, but they stream like 24 hours a day to get people to send them money. So they got Andy Dick living with them, so people was like, oh, Andy Dick was sending money. So they start kind of like trying to like work each other to get Andy Dick to be in like there, like so, but then he do like weird shit. So one of the young dudes had him, and he was the dude who was like, he kind of got weird and same shit, grabbed his leg, tried to like grab it. He was like, hey bro, like I'm not gay, like that was weird. So they have cameras on all the time. Like even so he goes to sleep and he goes, I think Andy did something to me while I was asleep. Like, cause he was like, I woke up and it was like lotion or something like next to me. And
he was for sure at the Diddy parties, bro.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Because he's a willing.
He was probably one of the main.
He's probably like one of the people bent over on a table. Like you get to just because he's that type of nigga. Like he's guaranteed if you those type of weird environments, those people thrive, and those are people that are like they're willing.
He's
to do
always
it.
Portrayed himself as like a free spirit type of person.
Well, see, the owner. The reason why the owners was like, hey, like ban him was because the owner was at an event. And I guess they was somewhere in Vegas. He came, the owner's at the urinal, and he put his hand in the owner's stream and was like, mind you, our owner's he was a weirdo because he had a song called Billy Bob that he had with the late great Scott Weiland. And that song is about two guys fucking blowing each other.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like as they're hunting or fishing or
time?
something.
As they're hunting.
As they were hunting, because the song's about two guys going fishing or hunting, and then
one of them got the fishing pole. I don't know, like
what's going on?
I don't even want to picture this shit, bro.
But the owner was like, "All right, so you know what? So I think because he put his hand in his piss stream, it was like, all right, that's it.
Like fuck this guy.
Yeah,
anybody would. Like that's weird. Like even if a chick did that, like, what are you doing?
Some golden shower parties.
Yeah, she's like, that's Hollywood.
She does interpretive jazz hands like to convince you to like come with her. She's like,
gold. These are gold. Even what's the dude? I was watching. Oh, my bad. I was watching Corey Holcomb. Well, I was watching O'Shea Duke Jackson.
Okay. And
so the Celebrity Junk. Shout out to Celebrity Junk because that's honestly how I got on the next kind of switching just for being Hollywood weird motherfuckers since we're on that. So I should have sent you the picture just so we'd have it to put it up because I got pictures with her on my page. But so this whole story happened last week and I kind of got on it late and it's crazy. It's always like the one time you miss something that you're always at or watch. And I always watch Corey Holcomb every Tuesday. Watch him. Like it's a normal podcast. So last week, the one Tuesday, I think I was like chilling, and I don't know what I think. I don't know if I felt like I went to the bar. I don't know. I might have did something, but I just was. I took a nap, didn't catch it. Whatever.
You did shadow puppets.
Yeah, I was crocheting, like. So I remember like. I'm watching the Celebrity Junk. I want to say Saturday before work, and I'm on YouTube and I see the thumbnail and it's Corey Holcomb and Christina's face, and I'm like, mind you, so when I started comedy, this person like kind of like got cool with me and was trying to like kind of hang out and always bring me they'll come here and go there. So I'm thinking it was just a genuine friendship of this person was a comedian and cool and. Trying to link up or not even with a link up, but just like we hit mics together and shows or whatever. So I started noticing like weird shit back then of like this isn't like she would just do weird shit. She seemed kind of like she was out to like use people, everybody. She was always getting into it with different comedians, like argue. Like a lot of comedians don't get along or they might have issues, but they're not like screaming, running up on each other in the streets like all the time or texting weird shit. So I started peeping at it was just always like an issue with her. So Corey Holcomb a few months ago brought her up. Well, he didn't want to say her name, but everything I just said, he said on his show. And I'm like, this nigga talking about Christina. And then he say certain shit like she had 2 dogs and she be out here selling dope in front of the Improv. And like when he said that, I'm like, he's talking about Christina. Nigga, because she'd be up there like trying to flip shrooms and shit and selling like, oh, I got a catering business. Like, bitch, you baking cornbread and like cupcakes and then trying to wrap them up. And it was like, you doing this, it's like dog hair and roaches here. Like, you serving this shit to people. Like,
Oh, Lord.
Like, so I just started peeping. I remember we went to a weed shop. We were going to a comedy show. We were going to the Comedy Union. And we stopped at this weed shop on San Vicente and like, San Vicente and La Brea. And I go there all the time. She goes in, she gets in an argument with the dude at the window because she don't have ID. So I was like, why would you even come in? I could have, you just gave me the money and I just went in. I would have went in and got whatever, you know what I mean?
So what was the argument about?
Because she didn't have ID and she couldn't get in.
Okay, but what was her argument?
That, so just, you can let me in and I'm just trying to grab, like, and I'd have worked at weed
That
shops.
shit sound thirsty as fuck.
And that's why I was like, it's
Come on,
like,
man, just let me in.
Yeah, I
know
worked
what I'm
at
saying?
weed shops and I'm like, well, you sound crazy. Like, get out of here. So
That was in the same sense of what I told him about Michael De La Renza at the club. That
oh,
That
Torres.
was a dude from
Torres.
New York Undercover.
I always call him
Yep.
Torres.
The
He's
nigga from the
Judgment
Bad
Night.
music video.
yeah.
He was the worst
The
dancer
dancer.
in that shit.
Who was a step off?
Tony, you sound like a hater right now, bro.
Because me and my mom, because me and my mom met this nigga,
This
right?
nigga been hating all day.
Look, me and my mom met this nigga back in like 90. I want to say like
That's
91.
cool, man. That's
But he
cool
was
that
he
you
was
met
a
that nigga.
he was an asshole. He was an asshole. It wasn't like we met him to meet him. We just happened to be in the
Michael
same
De La
liquor
Renza.
store.
What about Malik Yoba? How you feel about him?
He's weird. He was like he was weird.
doing booty
he was,
noodles.
he was fucking with underage trannies and shit.
Oh.
Nigga, and then he tried to go all.
That's what the Bob
He got to
Sweat
go
thing got
all.
him,
No, he tried to go all. What is
Cool
that shit?
Runnings. Mr. Cool Runnings.
Yeah, feel the breeze, feel the vibe.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the ride.
Feel the vibe. No, wait, that was kind of like Armenian in this.
It did.
Yeah, that was very
Vodka.
vodka.
But so yeah, just her just doing this. She did, but that Michael is the same shit of, oh, do you know I wrote for Dave Chappelle? You didn't write shit for Dave Chappelle. You just take pictures with niggas and post them. Oh, I wrote with Jim Carrey, and I'm cool with like Charlie Murphy, and it was like I'm Red Grant's sister. And she had kind of, so all these lies got exposed in the last like 5 years.
Red Grant came out and said
Red
that wasn't
Grant.
his sister.
Like niggas, Corey Holcomb was like, he was introducing her because that's how she introduced herself to him. So he was like, I was introducing her to people thinking this is Red's sister because she a light skinned chick, like, but she's Filipino and black. So, but
But did Red come out and say that that's not
he
his
told,
sister?
that's what Corey was like, yeah, they was like, that's not my sister. So,
That's what Corey said.
yeah, that Red told him. So,
But you ain't seen no.
But Red,
no
I've never seen Red on really shit other than with Cat Williams. He just always with Cat. So Red would have been like, that's my sister. You'd have seen her on a special, but I've noticed motherfucker and Red Grant that it's not her brother. She just say shit, like weird shit. She did like she's done shit, and she did like modeling for like P. Miller. I'm not hating. I'm just
You are. You
How-
are.
how-
nigga.
how is
you been
me-
hating all day,
That
nigga.
was because I hated on your little AI.
Skynet.
I hated on your. See, he know I hated on fucking
You hate
Skynet.
now, nigga. You
I hated
hate-
on fucking Legion, on Genesis.
You hated then and you hating now.
I'm hating always. Always. I want problems.
hate,
I want problems always. All the time.
Who you, Nana?
Nigga.
You doing Prince Nana?
Where's my coffee?
Black coffee.
That nigga always got coffee. He don't know about, so he don't really like AEW.
Oh.
So he don't really know. But it's smart. He's smart. He's staying away. Don't let
Well,
it
yeah, I
taint
mean,
you.
because like it's just neck beards, right? That
Yeah.
like just stink.
But so we're gonna get to them. But so back to this Christina shit though, because it gave me. I wanted to go in on this and give her a little segment just because she's so thirsty for attention and the shit. The last time I saw this person was 2020, and she like I'd already cut her off. This bitch randomly started sending me like nudes one night, like randomly during like early 2020. She just sends me like pussy pics and titty pics, and I'm like, what the fuck? It wasn't even like a conversation. We weren't texting, and like I was literally playing GTA.
Maybe she was trying to get you to subscribe to her OnlyFans.
She ain't even smart enough to do that.
Was that even out?
No,
early 2020.
Yeah,
it was, but it was only like
it was like cam videos.
Yeah,
right?
That's
like the kind I used to do. I mean, what
used to do? This was a cam model.
Whoa.
I told on myself.
Whoa, I told him.
I was a gigolo in France, back in Gay Paris.
We're like Switzerland,
the Netherlands.
It's like you don't use mustard, you use Grey Poupon.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Dijon.
So,
with on a croissant.
Can you please pass the jelly?
The preserves. Please pass the preserves.
For my ice cream, was
Hey, you remember that?
I have
Please,
Viennetta. What was that? Vienna ice cream?
Yeah.
In the little
Viennetta.
In the little glass.
That shit looks so classy, and then you buy it and be so disappointed. Like, what was this bullshit? I thought I was gonna keep it in a glass case.
It's like soft and everything by the time you get it. It's just because it never freezes.
It was like all that shit. The NESTLES is that shit. The chocolate commercials in the late '80s that like look like they had niggas with turtlenecks that look like Tom Cruise. Like doing Scientology promos.
Turtlenecks that look like Tom Cruise doing
Scientology promos. Creamy white. But
they were all yacht rock fucking like
hella yacht rock. I just watched a documentary on that shit. I've been watching hella documentaries. But that's what you do in the Christmas season when you're just home and chilling, vibing alone. But
did you ever look up to see was it John Denver?
It was the America. But on GTA it says John Denver when that song comes on.
Maybe he wrote
it and they just credit him from now on. But it did say I've never even heard of that group.
Yeah, America was a band that was just like
I'd never heard. That's why when you said that I was like, who? That's John Denver.
Yeah, he did the original and they probably did the remake.
Then that too, because a lot of people did like Robert Palmer redid a lot of Todd Rundgren shit.
Yeah,
like so it's always like tossed like those throwbacks. Even
but then they could have used.
But he could have
John
been
Denver,
writer. Because they said Steely Dan got 100% writer's credit for Uptown, for Deja Vu. Well, that's how he, because he was like, when they sampled it, and he like sued him. And then he was like, I just want like 100, even though he didn't write, they're not even using his vocals. Like, how do you get like, but he got it. So that part, that was in the documentary of the yacht rock and hip hop. He was the first person to kind of like be like a hitch in sampling, because he sued Lord Tariq and Peter Guns, and they said, but since then they was like, people thought he was an asshole, but since then Steely Dan they've approved over 150 songs to be sampled in hip hop, and just in general period to be redone, and so they're not like that uptight. It was just you just took their shit. You were the first motherfucker to fuck up. Just put it like that. But y'all, they still made Lord Tariq and Peter Guns to give a fuck. They take the writer's credit. Well, he gonna keep making his money off of him from the writer's credit, but they made $1 million back then or whatever they didn't made. So, but yeah.
Shout out to Steely Dan.
Yeah. But back to this funky dog head bitch. And it's crazy. See, last week, it's crazy because we have a clip.
Is that a Gary Hart promo?
That was Snoop when he went in on Gail Kim.
Funky dog head bitch.
You know when Snoop went in on Gail Kim?
Oh, yeah.
And that's what he called her? He was like, you funky dog head hoe. I think he called her a funky dog head hoe. And then everybody, Jada Pinkett made him apologize of all people, and now all this shit since she'd been exposed how she get out. Like, that was the last, you shouldn't even just mind your business. He was like, but I guess Snoop was speaking up for somebody else because Gail Kim it was when she was doing all them weird interviews with niggas and kind of railroading, funny, like trying to be weird.
Gail Kim?
Yeah.
Or Gail King?
Gail Kim. I've been watching too many wrestling documentaries lately. Gail King.
The one who did the R. Kelly shit, right?
Yeah, I said Gail.
And it was like Robert. She was like, Robert.
Yo, Kelly, at me. Is this camera on me?
I just did that this morning with my cousin. I said something because he asked me about my, like my dog Richie, because he's a Silky Terrier, and so he caught me telling him, I was like, Richard, because my dog gets hyped like when I come back.
We doing backflips.
Yeah, so I was like, Richard, and he was like, where's that from? I was like, oh, that's from that R. Kelly. Yo, killing me. I can't even see my children.
You tying people up in my thing. I'm tying people up. I don't even know how to tie. I don't even know how to do
Holding
that.
people against their will.
He did
kidnapping.
He did Shakespeare a little bit.
What he said, I don't even know how to do that. That nigga, that
He
shit.
said, it's not true. So you saying these people are liars? Y'all saying I'm a liar?
Kills. But just I'm gonna finish off. I'm gonna give her a few more minutes because I really watched. I stayed up. I should have went to sleep. I got off of work last night at 2. I got back maybe like 2:30, and I watched. I usually listen to music, chill, smoke. I watched the whole Corey Holcomb. I still have maybe like 40 minutes left.
How long?
He did 2:38. His podcast was 2:38 on Tuesday, and at least 140 of it is directly
you watch
about
all that, huh?
was about because it's like I've always had this saying. Once I always like felt and listened to my instincts, I was never wrong about anything. Not like you always gonna be right, but when you listen to what shit feels like wrong and shit, and when I stopped being friends with this motherfucker, I was like, am I tripping? Maybe I'm. And I've come to the real, and I've made a post about that. I was like, I'm never wrong just early. Because when I don't fuck with people, it's like I seen shit early and other people still don't see it. And I'm never the person, even though I be like, act like I'm hating, I troll, I don't try to sour people to other people. I just let you gonna see it eventually. Because I see it and I keep seeing it. And I already see what's in like the interior. And then when it happens, it's like, oh yeah, I've been.
Like we were talking about Cosby.
Yeah, like that shit. I never liked this nigga. But I seen that shit. It's a bunch. I never liked Diddy. Like, honestly, I don't want to say I never liked Jay-Z as much, but I've had certain feelings about Jay that I wasn't a Jay-Z fan. So it's like none of these are surprising to me because it's like I've looked at this. So with Christina getting all this work because she's doing goofy shit, and then she's like, so she said Corey attacked her and beat her up in front of the Improv in front of a bunch of people. Like, but those people are witnesses that said he didn't. And her boyfriend, or the dude she's fucking or whoever, is the security at the Improv. So, like, they're like, why aren't you stopping her? She's tripping. You trying to jump because it's like that's his girlfriend. So he got wrangled up and slammed. Like, how the fuck are you even security and you getting wrangled up? Like, that don't even make sense. There should be a qualification. You got to at least know how to scuffle. You ain't got to know Taekwondo.
Scuffle pop.
You got to have a scuffle pop finisher, a European uppercut. And when you tussle, just get them off you because all Cesaro and the shoulder work. But
you got to hit him with a. You gotta hit him with a regal knee.
Hit him with a dusty elbow, nigga. You got a bionic elbow in that ass. Nigga.
Hit a flip flop and fly.
Yeah, like so. So just hearing the story, so Corey bought multiple comedians on the podcast. It wasn't just him sitting up there for almost 3 hours roasting her himself with him and Craig and Darlene. He bought comics that I've done multiple shows with that I've known since I've started doing comedy. Some of them started right before me or at the same time.
You wanted to hear everybody.
And I was like, and I know these people.
No. You wanted to hear everybody talk bad about her.
No, because they were all. Isn't that telling the truth? I ain't talking bad about somebody if I'm just telling the truth about you and you lying on the internet tagging TMZ, talking like you're tagging TMZ, talking about
So it's okay to talk about the negative as long as it's the truth.
Because the truth unchallenged, the lie unchallenged becomes the truth. So you gotta. I've always felt that. Like I had a conversation with somebody at the bar last night, and they were saying like, "Oh, I don't want to step on somebody when they down." I was like, "Fuck that. That's when you supposed to step on a motherfucker because they get up and put a fucking knife in your back." Like when you try to show mercy to people, they already, especially when you didn't knock them down, and they was already hating on you. A motherfucker that's taking a loss to a person they was already hating on gonna do the worst shit to you when they get back up. Because they already had hate in your heart for them to be on you like that.
That's true.
So I've always felt, nigga, you supposed to step in on a motherfucker when they down. Cause you know, like, hey, like that's it. Like I ain't gonna step on you when you down. Not from me putting you down. If you down already, I wouldn't step on somebody. But when nigga you trying to come at me and you end up down, nigga, fuck that, nigga. It's like that's it. It's
You gonna hit him with the curb stomp from American History X?
Fight the fuck, you heard me. Fight it. So I just to see her down and get down because she tried to come at a bunch of people. And then in Katrina, somebody that used to come to the open mic spot with me and Sean. She's from Detroit, comedian from Detroit. That's cool as fuck, funny as fuck. Be on Crack 'em Up. I done seen her go from just doing her shows to podcast with Earthquake to doing the Crack 'em Up every other week. Like these are people I've seen. So to see this person that's actually not even funny, I just met through. We were booked on the same show. And then we had a birthday show, and because I still think she lied about that. Like, oh yeah, my birthday the 23rd too. And I'm like, but I think hers is like the 21st or some shit. So she just wanted to have the show because that was the night it fell on. But that was actually my birthday. So I was like the headliner, got a good reaction. From there, she was just always like, oh, let's go here together. So I'm like, and then I kind of felt like, okay, you just kind of using me as like personal security. Like you got a big dude walking around with you from the Improv to the Comedy Store to these open mics.
So you were Diesel.
Yeah. I'm Big Daddy Cool.
You had the glove?
Yeah, I got the fingerless glove and the vest. Yeah, I still got all these Vinny Vegas vests. We gonna do something with these motherfuckers. I got too many vests. Hey Vince, what are we gonna do with all these vests? Hey, Ted Turner paid for all these.
The Vinny Vegas.
So, but I just wanted to like really. I'm finishing off on it. We got a little time left, but just to see that show and to see the comics I've done shows with at Flappers, from Flappers to Inglewood, like we was talking about last week, to see these people like sticking up for Corey and saying, yeah, this person, they had my story. I considered this person a friend. This person, and then I realized she wasn't shit, and then she was just out to use people, and then when she couldn't, then she talked shit and talked crazy to you. And it's like, okay, like I see, because this motherfucker we did like go hang out at the first time I did shrooms was with this motherfucker. The first time I ever did shrooms was at Venice Beach with Christina and her cousin. That I don't know if that was actually her cousin, but shit. But I was like, we was cool. So to see her getting that work now, it's like she earned that shit. It's like you like played this. I'm famous.
Shit to see her getting that work now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She getting that? What you thought I said?
I don't know. I don't know how it sounded. It sounded.
He
like,
kind of said on the Booker T, like you getting that work, boy.
Yeah,
yeah, dog.
See, you getting that work now.
She's getting that work.
You getting that work now?
No water, no bread,
no bread. Oh,
just meat.
No receipt, no surrender, no nothing. But so just to see that, I was like, get her the fuck up out of here. Like, and the last time I seen her, so like I said, she sent me these random nudes. I'm sitting there playing GTA, chopping it up with my uncle. My phone, it's like a Sunday, 5 p.m., late in the evening. I'm shit just dinging on this pussy pics, nipple pic. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I'm like, so look, just to be me being me, nigga. I'm like, maybe a nigga took her phone. And he like trying to be, he mad because she's like, well, like we ain't got no crazy text. She's, oh, where you gonna be tonight? You hitting here? We would just meet up at these clubs together. She had only been to my house like once, and like just because I was getting ready and we was all over some shit. So I'm like, man, if you send it, I'm like looking like for a good like 10 minutes, like ain't no way she just sending pussy pics. So I tell her, I was like, put your finger in it. I just say, so if that's really you, I'm like, put a finger in it, and she sent me one with a finger in it. So I'm like, this is really like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, what's up? And she just like,
all right, big man.
Yeah, I want to see you with all fingers in every hole. And then smell them. Sniff, bitch.
McMahon, yeah.
So I was like, but what I realized later on, because I'm not just a dumb motherfucker that's gonna fall because you sending pussy pics. What it was, she had a roommate, and they talked about this on the show. She lives with like 5-6 different people in like a 1-room spot with a bunch of dogs and cats and shit, like some weird shit. But
reality TV show?
Like that's what it seemed like some Big Brother type shit. So Big Brother Britain, like so she, bro, like she was staying with this makeup artist. This dude was like, he did like Remy Ma's, he's like a major makeup artist, gay dude. she was staying with him. So when it hit me, I seen her. She gets into it with another roommate. And she's like, fuck you, bitch. And like I said, she's always going at it with somebody. And the roommate's like, bitch, you just mad because you couldn't pay your rent. She's telling Christina that. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then she's like, but what it was, it hit me. So you start sending me the pics and all these different pictures and shit because she was like, she couldn't pay her rent and was about to get put out in North Hollywood because you can't fuck for rent with a gay dude. So I was like, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not stupid, nigga. I'll see through everything. So cause I'm like, why the fuck are you just sending me? Like, I'm not like, ooh, yeah, she with it. Like my game worked. No, nigga, like that's how niggas fall into traps and shit, just pussy and shit. Like literally pussy. You send me a picture of pussy like I'm just supposed to be like, yeah. Okay, I'm ready to go. Like I was just like that shit. Like my antenna.
That nigga said yeah.
He was like, yeah.
Yeah, flash funk.
Yeah.
We about to walk.
It wasn't that it was Sunday. It was the first of the month when that picture came.
It was the end of the month. The first was coming.
No, that's the thing though. It's like, what is your reaction supposed to be? Like what is your response supposed to be?
1,200.
That's the rent.
There we go.
That's the rent. She was like, I was like, what the fuck? So like I said, my antennas went up more than, oh, I'm horny, nigga. I was just like, that's weird. So I just my common sense, 2 and 2 always equal 4, and seeing her go at it with the female roommate that had already moved. Cause she was like a actor. I think she had tried comedy a couple times.
You know what you should have responded with? An invoice for your security services.
In Mellow Key. Like I'm walking
for all
with
the
you.
nights that you went out and been her personal security.
That's why, bro.
You tally all and send that back to the picture of that. And
bro, when you came to the show last year at the Good Night, when you and Zaga came to the Good Night, and you and bro did the whole show there, the whole show we did, and I'll leave. We in the front, and I look like nigga, like I've been here before, but I didn't realize it till I went back outside. I'm like, I feel like I've been here, and it was because it had been 5 years prior with Christina to do an open. It was a karaoke, because I'm thinking it's an open mic, and that's what Corey was in and was talking. They were like, she's not a comedian. She just acts like a comedian, and she got booked on Danny's show. And I told Danny back then, like, hey, on the Help Us Get Famous show, I was like, you got to be careful.
So people can't want to do different shit.
But it's like when you're not that, and that's what you're selling yourself at, and that's what they were talking about on Corey shit. The different comics that I know that work hard at this shit, where like she's not a fucking comedian. And even Craig was like, oh, let's not say that. They were like, no, fuck that. You not funny. You not a comedian. You literally rip off and talk shit and try to cause chaos between comedians. So that's why it was like an issue of...
Sounds like hate.
It sounds like truth. With an F. Truth.
Sounds like
nigga, a double truth.
Niggas
bro.
is hate, though.
So I just like, I'm going to get off, but I just put 2 and 2 together off of that shit of... And then even then, how she trying to say Corey beat her up when she came back from Atlanta, and I first met her, that was her story.
Corey beat her up.
Yeah, that's what she's saying, tagging TMZ. Like, but there's no police
You
report.
got the pics in your phone?
No, I got a new phone. Yeah, I'm sure it's all in my. I'm sure it can be found somewhere. But she came back from Atlanta, and that was the reason she said she got beat up in Atlanta. The nigga beat her up.
All right.
Like so.
We've been talking about her
Yeah,
for
we
like
was
40
switching.
minutes.
We gave her like 20.
No, we've been talking about her for like 40 minutes, legit.
I had to get on it though. I wanted to.
All right.
I'd give her a whole.
So
I'd
what you
give her
wanna-
a whole hour.
Let's
there.
talk about something else.
We're going to get into this wrestling. How do you feel about this whole ending the year? How does this year in wrestling? Because he's a big wrestling fan. We are actually wrestling fans, all 3 of us. I even had TV watching some Raw, some SmackDown. He was like, this shit getting good. Look at you now, boy.
Look at you now.
Look at you now.
That new Return to the Rock.
No, fuck that. He shouldn't have been talking shit.
Off is the direction you can fuck. I still use that one.
That shit's a good
Can
one.
you pull any clips up of the Rock's return?
Well, we'll probably get flagged. We could
Yeah, because that WWE be on that shit. Even when I post that shit to my story, that shit they'll be like, even if I they be on that, it'll be like, it can't be seen in these countries. On my fucking story, like, nigga, I ain't even got that many followers. Like, WWE, catch this, nigga. No, the algorithm, the AI, Cam's homie.
A lot of channels, nah, see, that's the problem. That's the difference. They don't like those videos. That's not the homies because
You're like, no, they
you
not
would think
the
that it
homies.
would show those videos to more people, but they don't. Once they force you to label it AI,
It's
or
like, now it's not
enhanced with
promoted.
AI,
It's not promoted.
it won't even show it to people. The only way people will see it is if a whole bunch of people share it. That's the
You gotta
only
just
way.
you gotta DM it to motherfuckers and say like, hey, help me share this.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
I've done that shit before. I'll be like, hey,
All
I think
right,
I'm
do it
shadow
now.
banned. I'll be like, hey,
Do it now.
Hey,
Do it with the show that you do every day.
we gonna do it right now. I've done it with the show. That shit, I be taking people's phones, following.
You have, but
I be following niggas on, or making niggas follow us on YouTube. Shit, I'm doing the groundwork. I'm in the man hours. Like,
laying the foundation.
I'm wearing the gloves with finger holes in them, like Step Brothers, when they're like doing the van work, putting in the science you need. Them niggas wasn't
that
doing
shit
shit.
remind me of Sadiq nigga.
Draws with the dick holes in
You
them.
know,
But that shit's always gonna be funny. That shit will never go away. That shit's like classic. So
like them Joey Butter.
Joey Buttafuoco's. He knew what the Joey Buttafuoco. So I've said that since I've been a kid. They used to be called Bloom pants. In the 90s, that was when I was a kid. They were called Bloom pants. Then they became like parachute pants. But Hammer wore parachute pants, but I think those
but they were Zubas
genie
before.
pants. What was it? Zubottom?
No, Zubas.
Oh, see, I never even
Because
heard
in the
that one.
80s they were Zubas. That's what they were considered because
Because Goombas were 'em?
no, because like the Road Warriors or like dudes from like Jersey. You know,
That's why, but that's what I always. When I was a kid, I just thought when I looked at it, they became like Muscle Man pants.
essentially, yeah.
Do the Muscle Man dance. R.I.P. Ray White.
Man,
So, but he had him on in that video. He had him on in the Muscle Man dance video. That's why since I've been a child, I equated them with Joey Buttafuoco and weightlifters because they were cool for like a year, and they sold them in these cool patterns for like kids and teenagers. And I used to wear. I remember the first day of school, my mom bought me like 20 of them motherfuckers. And I had like all kind of just t-shirts to go with them, but they were like the shit. So, but that he knows what the Joey Buttafuoco.
They were like the shit.
They were like the shit.
hey, Sting had a pair.
Sting always had a pair. Sting stayed in a pair. Like Luger stayed in a pair. Because why would Lex Luger not wear blue pants? He said that's why he told me Lex Luger always referred to himself
in the third person, so it was always like, why would a Lex Luger do this?
Yeah, because
When
he
he
was
look
the
at the script.
narcissist.
But that was just when he'd be looking at the scripts and shit backstage.
No, but that was like earlier in his career. Though,
When they
but
said
like
through,
once
like,
he got
creative.
older and he was the total package.
No, but just in
You know,
general.
he wasn't doing that no more.
In general.
No, his personal, like just
Yeah,
his
not like
personality.
the
real
character. Yeah, not on camera.
Character.
Yeah, like backstage, looking at going through like creative and shit. Like why would
He'd be
Alex?
back there,
Why
like-
would Alex Luger do that? Like
I can understand where he's coming from, but he wasn't really.
that nigga that had no motion.
He had a name, but it
Yeah.
quickly went away, and then they signed him based off of his name.
Vince
There you
seen
go.
what Vince seen. I made a mistake before the mistake happened, and it was
And they
probably
pulled
gonna,
him,
and it'd
yeah.
have been harder to get the belt off.
Well, because
him,
you could have
probably.
pulled the trigger when, like,
He pulled the trigger the day before SummerSlam.
yeah.
With Yoko, he was like,
I mean,
nah.
he
was supposed to
could've,
get the belt, and then
'cause
he
you-
was like, no. They said Vince himself was like, nah, like he just something's like
Hey,
maybe
look.
he didn't come to the party.
Hey, the Lex Express.
Maybe the Lex Express didn't pull up to the mansion in Connecticut,
He was looking out the window, just
waiting
with
in his robe,
with a blanket.
in his robe,
And that'd be
Well-
the shit though. It's something that he didn't do.
and for the day before, and this nigga gave
He didn't check in.
You made this nigga split
didn't
a
check
win
in.
with a Royal Rumble win with Bret Hart.
That's
Yeah,
right.
You did
yeah.
this whole shit just to like not give him.
But
the-
Brett checked in. Brett been checking in.
His father checked in. The family checked in. Yeah. So
Why would a Lex Luger? No.
why would Alex
Lex
Luger
Luger.
check in? Why would Alex Luger check in? But what was I'll say this year, just your take on wrestling in general. I'll just have a few questions of wrestling before we get out of here, but I'm gonna start with that okay, how do you feel WWE fared this year?
Okay, so for WWE this year, I mean, they were killing it on all aspects. Now, yes, the Bloodline shit is the hottest thing going, you know.
What, like 5 years straight now? 4?
That's
5.
That's the
damn.
hard part to believe though.
That's crazy. But it's good writing.
Yeah, it's worked because, I mean, you got Michael Hayes is behind Roman's matches. You got Paul Heyman. So okay, great. Yes, there were slow parts and like
shifts.
Just like any, it's a shift in everything, right? So even when you look at AEW when they came in, yeah, you had Cody. Okay, cool. But then whatever about it, you make. Well, you have not that you make, but Cody decided, you know what, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's what that shit.
Did Cody see the writing on the wall?
Clearly,
everyone talked about how AEW was going to change the game, and and everyone was going to have insurance. Okay, well, Punk needed surgery, and he had to go through Doc Samson in order to get his surgery because. Where was Tony in that aspect?
Yeah.
He wasn't.
He's been a fan.
Yeah.
He a fan. That nigga's a super fan.
Man, just hugging Cesaro awkwardly.
Everybody.
You hugging Okada. He's like, the fuck is this? But I think that they've been hot. The Bloodline angle was hot. You just added Jacob Fatu.
He's a beast.
Right.
He's an athletic phenomenon.
He smoked Newports and drink Hennessy.
And drink Hennessy with hoodies on and shit, nigga, and Jordans.
Tell niggas they mama suck dick.
Nigga, that shit was classic, nigga. He was like, nigga, your mama suck dick.
They was like, hey, Fatu, you suck. He was like, your mama suck dick.
And kept pushing. What's what you gonna do, challenge
He just
him?
kept pushing.
What you gonna do, try to...
Mama suck dick.
That you in the
Hey,
video.
live at the show, though. You told the fan that shit live at the show.
Walking back
In the
to
front row.
Walking to the back.
That is kind of disrespectful, then, huh?
Just hilarious.
I don't know.
I think
I feel like they deserve it because they be out of place. They be thinking they can just like, nigga, you wouldn't say this to this nigga nowhere else.
Well, remember when
'Cause you
Taker, someone was like, Taker, you suck. He was like, your mama.
Yeah.
That was his.
They're gonna make the Undertaker hit you with a mama, nigga. They're like, you gotta be. I remember when niggas like spit on Goldust. That little nerd. And if you see the motherfucker that did it, he looked like a mall shooter. He had like the Sally Jesse Raphael glasses, pencil neck geek.
Sally.
Like, and even when he did it and like Goldust turned around, he like looked at, he was like he was like a dweeb, dude, just to see. I was like, oh, get this nigga. If Goldust would have pulled that nigga over there and just stomped him out, like, you earned
I
it.
ain't heard dweeb in years.
I use that a lot. Cause I tell a lot
Sally
of
Jesse Raphael. I've never heard
I like bringing back references.
I always remember her when I watched, what was that, Addams Family movie, right? Where they had like part of the show.
I forgot.
I think it was, I want to say it was Addams Family.
I forgot which one. But I've been using dweeb a lot because we're in the era of dweebs that don't know they're dweebs. So we kind of went through the era of like bitch niggas fronting and lame niggas and corny niggas and pillhead and the druggy niggas. Now we're at the dweebs, the academics, the Flacos, the Adam 22s, the countless dweebs that don't know they're not cool no matter how much money they generate. That's how big of a dweeb you are. Your money doesn't do it.
Well, the guys that come to like the bars, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The poser dweebs with like,
and they want to like show off in the
like
big trucks,
hats and Rumpelstiltskin boots.
No,
But that's how they dress when they go out. So that's their going out shit. So if that's the one time of the week where they didn't went out, right?
Yeah.
Can't really deny them of like, this is me putting on my fit. I'm going out. I'm about to go see if I could try to crack something. That's what's going on in their mind.
Look, it's like
We all have those moments, right?
Like, stop wearing dress shoes with no socks, all right?
I know your feet wet.
Yeah, that part.
All between your toes, nigga.
But ain't it like certain types
Greasy.
of dress shoes that's made for no socks?
I don't know. I mean, I have like dress boots because like I have like.
I ain't never wore them motherfuckers. I'm just asking
Or
because I seen
tennis
people
shoes
do
with no
it.
socks for a little bit in high school.
I seen young niggas doing that shit for prom and shit last year.
Yeah, like they in Gucci.
Smell like cheese. in the
Ankles, you
whole-
gotta make sure you lotion them ankles, my nigga.
Like they in some Gucci's or something. Like if they just wearing loafers. Those is loafers with no socks.
Nah, man, these young niggas.
Rumpelstiltskin
You gotta think. It's a
and
generation of people around us. Their parents got money, so
They try to be fly.
They're wearing court jester shoes and like hats.
With bells on.
With-
So what do you think of your thoughts on AEW fully though? So because we said how the WWE is doing their thing,
Fully?
like AEW as a whole at this point.
that's y'all. I don't know nothing about
it
that.
started strong. It started very strong,
And then it just went
and
down.
then it's just gone haywire. Just
Cody leaving change the game for AEW, and that's why they're hurting.
And then Punk leaving kind of closed the top of the casket, I feel.
Punk leaving just proved. So, Punk being vocal about everything in AEW, I think is what Cody really wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
But because
all the contracts,
yeah,
he created it, and then he had made a big deal about like, oh, this is a place for we can.
I respect TNA more as a secondary.
Yeah, I respect
Yeah,
that.
you may not have it every week or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it may not be as available as AEW is, or
even a budget in that sense.
Right, but the matches, the storylines, and all of that, I feel like the creativity is still better to where I would actually want to watch those matches.
I can see that, and I think with AEW, if you look at it, the biggest babyface in pro wrestling right now is Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
and because
all of wrestling,
WWE,
in New Japan, ROH, ROH,
AEW, Cody Rhodes is that
because he paid his dues.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's what a lot of wrestlers don't really. I mean, I do a lot of like video work with the indies, the independent wrestling companies and stuff all through LA, right?
Yeah,
and you can see the guys who are hungry. They actually go to the schools, they go to training and stuff like that. Then you see the guys that feel more entitled.
Yeah,
like, oh, I've been doing.
Well, that's
this.
what
I've
happened
been here
to.
for so long. You should give me a belt, or you should give me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what happened to Sean Ricker, LA Knight. He got humbled because he was big on the indies back then. Well, like the 09-10 era, like right after Paul Bearer passed away.
Because wasn't he like his man?
He was manager. Yeah, he was Percy Pringle III.
Yeah.
So after that wave of like, okay, you lost Percy, okay, cool. WWE was like, all right, we're gonna put you in the OVW, great. Then when it came down to it, they tell creative, or they tell the guys, if you don't like your gimmick or whatever, blah blah blah, don't worry about it. Don't contact creative. Just go with it. So he was like, I'm the exception to the rule. Went contact creative, they were like, okay, you're fired, and then it took you 18 years to bring your ass back to where you're at now. And it's he's 42, 43, So
but
we'll see.
That's really it take that time, because even when you do get there, you still gotta pay your dues there now.
Yeah,
you still gotta build up that reputation with the locker room. People still gotta.
DDP. DDP started at 37?
Yeah,
36?
but he was already within the industry. Even his wife, him and his wife went in there together, and they both managing different people. You wouldn't even be able to tell until they let it be known like this, we husband and wife. When she started coming out with him. But before that, she was already managing other people.
Yeah, and then DDP was with
early 90s. He had the Diamond Mine.
Yeah.
He had a whole stable, and he was the manager. He wasn't even wrestling.
Diamond Stud.
Raven was what was his name?
Was it Kid Flamingo?
He was Kid Flamingo. Then he was Johnny Polo. Then he was
Flamingo made, or Scotty Flamingo.
Scotty Flamingo. Yeah. Okay. Then he was Scotty the Body when he was like dancing and shit with random black girls.
I hated that so much. And he come out doing a snake. Oh my god.
But then he had Vinny Vegas.
Oh, Oz first, right? Because it was Oz, then it was Vinny Vegas.
No, it was. I think it was Vinny Vegas.
And then he was.
No, it was Oz.
No, it was Vinny Vegas was last.
Yeah, that's why first.
That's why I was making a joke.
But that was the whole Dungeon of Doom thing we was talking about.
Yeah, there's no Hulkamaniacs here.
I got all these vests. Vince.
No, but who was he before that? He was
the boots to him.
He was in a tag team where they had like the Mohawks.
I don't remember that.
Are you thinking about the Skyscrapers?
Skyscrapers.
That wasn't him. That was Dan Spivey and
he was somebody else before he was
that was Dan Spivey and
before he was
and
Oz.
Sid.
I just
were the Skyscrapers.
He was somebody else before he was Oz.
I just remember
he was in a tag team with somebody else.
I don't remember.
No, you know what?
Yeah, look it up.
Wait, he wasn't a tag team. He was with the guy that does the stunt work. He's Sabretooth in the X-Men.
Oh shit!
Right.
Oh,
exactly.
They were in the tag.
And then, they brought him back in Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah,
they brought the original Sabretooth back. I didn't like him.
They was already doing movies because remember he was in Ninja Turtles. He played the
Shredder.
yoked up Shredder.
Yeah, Kevin Nash. Yeah.
It wasn't Taker in
my Suburban
Suburban Command.
And I always was like, it's because I was still a kid, so I'm like, that can't be the Undertaker because it's the Undertaker. And then I'm like, he looks just like
He sleeps
him.
in coffins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Your kids thinking it's the K. You're still in kayfabe.
He was Mean Mark Callis.
Yeah,
I wonder whatever happened to me, Mark Callis.
I think he has a podcast now. Yeah, him and Mark Henry always have good ones. Him and Kama Mustafa. Him and Kama Mustafa have some really good episodes.
You know, the Soul Taker.
Soul
Taker.
He told that nigga, I know you like hoes.
I know you like. He said I wanted to punch him so bad, and he was like, bro, if I'd have been anybody, he was like, bro, anybody else would have got fired. And he was like, just because him, they was so cool. And he was just like, he said Paul Bear looked too, and he said it like, he's like, I just started hitting him. He just started hitting him because he knew like, nigga, I'm gonna start laughing. He gonna make me. And I know you like those. Nigga, that nigga, Papa Shango. He had he was Papa Shango, Kama Mustafa, Kama the Godfather, the Good Father.
And yeah.
He had a run of like characters, just like Crush. Crush was Demolition Crush. Then he was Kona Crush,
It's Kona Crush.
and then he was Brian Adams.
Then
he
he was
in Chronic. Then he was in WTW. No, did he go back to W? Yeah, I think he did go back to because didn't he join it? Was he in NWA?
He was.
He was
Yeah.
Brian Adams.
Yeah, okay.
He used his real name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why him and Taker don't fuck with each other because he was beating his wife, and when the police would come, he would say, "Oh, my name is Mark Calloway."
Yeah,
and so Taker found out. He was like, "Wait, what?" And that's why, like,
Isn't
bro,
he dead?
Is he?
I think he is. I think he died. I want to say he died like early 2000s. Like,
Because
let me see.
Brian Clark is still alive, right? I think just Brian Adams isn't. Hey, what was the tag team with Nash and the guy that plays Sabretooth?
Yeah, 07. He died 07
Okay,
in Tampa.
of course, because it's Florida.
Mm-hmm. He was super on the juice back in the 80s. You could tell the way he was, his shoulders, his face. You could always tell the juice bodies and
Yeah,
The Master Blasters.
Oh, wow, I remember that. I do remember that.
He was Master Blaster Steel.
Sound like a fucking rapper from Juice. Sounds like I'm Flex.
he's one of the niggas from New Jack City. He's hanging-
Singing in front of the trash can?
Yeah.
The burning trash can.
I
Do
dollar.
things. I dollar. Y'all saw
Him and DDP was the insiders.
Yeah,
Before the outsiders?
no, it was after they were the insiders for a little bit.
So the first one was the Vegas Connection with him and DDP.
Okay,
Then the next one was Two Dudes with Attitudes with him and Shawn Michaels. Nah, but see, where's the Master
Legends,
Blasters at? Yeah, see, that was 1990 with the Master Blasters.
so it would have been the same era as the
That
Dynamic
was the first
Dudes,
one.
Dynamic dudes.
skateboards and shit.
That shit
Like,
was trash.
like Johnny Ace, you know how to fucking skateboard.
He was like trying not to kill himself getting to that ring, nigga. The Undertaker could drive a motorcycle around the ring. Like, nigga, you going in circles around the ring, dipping. This motherfucker can on a skateboard, like trying to balance his way down the ramp just to hit the fucking apron. Like,
The Mexicools had lawnmowers.
lawnmowers. Eddie Guerrero was hitting switches. Nigga, John Laurinaitis couldn't even function. on
Austin had a like a little bus,
four-wheelers,
little four wheeler.
all kind of automobiles, Zambonis and shit.
JBO had his limo with a fucking
And get out in two
DX
steps.
had the tank.
Yeah, that's real shit.
DX had
Yeah.
a tank.
They was real true tank dogs.
That was a real No Limit
They
Soldier.
was real true soldiers.
When Master
And
V
then they
came
tried
out
to-
with WCW,
Nah,
nigga,
nah.
you didn't bring the tanks out, nigga. DX brought the tanks out. They came to the front
Like,
door
no,
knocking.
nigga, we came with a
when
tank. I
Battle
remember
Dome-
that.
Remember when Battle Dome showed up and then it was like WCW versus Battle Dome?
That-
Yeah,
I
when
remember
Terry
that
Crews was about to get out.
And he fucked up.
T-Money.
They sucker punched him.
T-Money.
T-Money.
He signed as T-Money, and I didn't realize this till about maybe 5 years ago that was Terry Crews. I met T-Money. I met Terry Crews when I was like 16, 17. When me and the homie went to a taping
Of Battle Dome?
of Battle Dome at the Sports Arena, because that's where they used to tape it, at the LA Sports Arena. So me and the homie go, and we both. I think the homie was 16, I'm 17, and we was just like, we went to high school together. We was just like always, we was from the same neighborhood, just hang out. His mom dropped us off. We was like, hey, let's, because we would watch that shit. Used to come
RIP
on.
to the sports arena.
Yeah, real shit. So
Bank of California.
we watch
Is
it.
it still that now?
I don't even know.
Yeah, it is actually.
Bank of
yeah.
California
Yeah,
Stadium.
it seems to be changing so much everywhere now. It's just crypto.
It's because of Skynet.
Skynet.
Is that where the Galaxy play? Or no, they play
No, they
Carson.
play
huh?
Carson.
Carson.
So
Is that still the Home Depot Center?
No, it's
Yeah.
like the Dignity, like no
that's
dignity,
changed like
no
10
dignity, no
times.
doubt center or whatever.
It was
No
a
dignity.
Stub. First,
No
it was,
dignity. No dignity Sports Park.
First, it
Something
was
like that.
StubHub. It was StubHub. Then it was the Home Depot Center. Then it was
like no dignity.
But all it is like which major corporation can
Mm-hmm.
actually afford to keep this venue running and fill the seats every
week
know.
or
Yeah.
month at least.
Shit, if
twice
they could
a
do
week.
something every day, but
A
you know it's kind
concert
of
or
hard
something.
because it's a lot of local shit. You know, residential in that area. The college is right next door.
Yeah.
So you could only do so much with your noise level. You see how the city of Inglewood was tripping with the concerts at the SoFi because it's open, so all the sound come out.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, the sports arena was nice. It was always like it was solid though. But it was we go there, it's a cool event. We chilling. We watch Battle Dome. So at the end, he's like they're handing out like prizes to the people in the audience. So Terry Crews, I think he kind of seen me and the homie were like the only two black kids in the audience. So he like walked directly up to us and signs it and gives us fucking Metal Gear Solid video game. Like it hadn't even came out yet. It was Metal Gear Solid. I guess they had like he gives me.
I thought it was like the Book of Mormon. He signed it. Was like, here you guys go.
And so he just was like T. I don't know. I can't remember if it was T Money or Terry Crews, but I had that shit for years, and I just ended up losing it, getting older. Like as I grew up, moved out. So I'm like, I'm just tripping. Like not tripping, but I'm just seeing this nigga in movies for years. Not just watching him on everything. And then it was like I didn't even see the wrestling clip. I had never even seen that. And if I do, I don't remember either. I just didn't. He wasn't Terry Crews at that point still. So I just remember like I'm just like what the fuck? Like I'm watching something, and it was like how he always had the suit or he dances and everything, but he never really danced on Battle Dome.
No, because he was supposed to be like the.
He'd do a couple little moves, but it wasn't what he'd be doing, popping and locking and shit like old school breaking.
Popping and
Was his
locking.
character supposed to be like,
He was just like a G or something like,
or maybe like a,
rich
D Mob.
nigga.
He was like D Mob from Fife in New York.
or you know what? No, he was gambling fucking
Like he was
Dark
Suge.
Knight.
He was like Suge. He was a big. He was like a fighting Suge, pretty much.
Yeah, he's supposed to be
Yeah.
like a boss nigga.
Yeah, he was just pretty much like the suit, bald head, like beat niggas up. So he answers the shit. Like what I said, I'm watching something. He had a suit on, and then I'm like, I think it was either he had the chain or something, and I'm like looking at this nigga, and I'm like, nigga, that's T Money. I'm like, what the fuck? It just hit. Like I'm saying, this
A
is
lot of
like
people don't even
25
remember.
years later, it just hits me, and I'm like, nigga, that's T Money. And then I end up seeing that clip of the WWE shit probably like 4 years after that shit hit me. So it wasn't even that the clip rejogged my shit. It just me seeing him in a suit. I think he was in something. It might have been White Chicks. He had a suit with no shirt on, and he put like glasses on because he would
It
always
was
wear
next
the-
Friday for me.
Oh, that's
Oh,
when
not
you
next
knew?
Friday. Friday after next.
That's when you knew it was
Yeah.
T Money. See, I didn't even know then. I had no fucking.
That was
idea.
like the first movie that he did
Yeah.
after doing Battle Dome.
I didn't even know, but that Battle Dome had been ended.
It had been ended, but he wasn't an actor. That was
Yeah.
sports, like
Yeah,
more.
Battle
you know?
Dome ended on. That was
He wasn't
like,
going in there as an actor getting around. He was probably a
Wait, wasn't he
That had to
bodybuilder.
be
Wasn't he in Soul
98.
Plane too?
Yeah, he was a
wasn't
security.
Soul Plane.
So Soul Plane would have been
That
after.
was like 02. Soul Plane was like 02. At least. Because everybody, 03 probably. Because I think everybody had it on bootleg.
Or
in
was it
02.
06?
Soul Plane? No,
Was
Soul,
it?
Soul Plane was like 02, 03. Because everybody had it on bootleg for like 6 months before it even came out.
Yeah.
So it might have been out in 02, but that shit was like 03. At least 03. But I know that was way before 06. Unless it came out in 06, the niggas had it for 4 years. 'Cause even Kevin Hart made a joke about that, like, yeah, like if the world had Soul Plane. Like that shit was like studio copy, like they released it.
Yeah.
And it was like, then it wasn't even at the theater yet.
Because everybody had bootlegs, unless it was that That story I was telling you before about the guy who was filming.
The 6th day in 2000.
2000.
It was
The
2000.
6th day.
So
Damn.
the 6th. So January 6th of 2000.
That was what, Arnold Schwarzenegger? The 6th day?
Yeah. That was his. Oh, he was one of the clone. He was. Because I think he kills him and they clone him. He was one of the like backup niggas that was with like the henchman crew, like looking for Arnold. Looking for, they were clones. He is in that though. Okay, though that's his first one. That's
And
crazy.
then it was Serving Sarah.
He's a
Serving Sarah in 2002.
I don't know.
Serving
I
Sarah.
have to see it if I
And then after that was Friday After Next
in 02.
in 02.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That shit-
And then Soul Plane would have been.
04.
Oh,
So
yeah, I
he
knew
still
it.
did 3 other movies before that. He did Deliverance from Eva.
Yeah.
Malibu's Most Wanted was in 2003. Starsky and Hutch.
He was one of the Iron Nines.
Then White Chicks.
Wait,
in
he was in
2004.
Starsky and Hutch.
He was in Starsky and
I
Hutch.
had that DVD and I love. All I remember is do it.
Do you
Poke
still
it around,
have
do
something
it,
to
do it.
watch DVDs on?
I had that. I don't say I had it. I had it. I said I had it. I don't have.
Yeah, I just
Nigga,
remember
you still watch
big.
the
Like you still got Booty Talk 23.
Well, I would think, all right, if you still got a PlayStation, they still play DVDs, right?
Yeah, who still got a PlayStation 1?
Nah, like
Yeah, my friend who I sold that.
PS5s, nigga.
I trade that port.
PS5 still got this, nigga. So
Really? Oh yeah, but I thought they were playing like Blu-rays or something.
I have no idea. That's why I'm
I don't
asking
know if it
you.
would play a DVD.
I'm gonna tell our listeners about that.
I ain't
story.
really here to play no games.
Which one?
Oh, the one when I was in high school and my buddy.
You already know my name.
Yeah.
Tell them, we're gonna close out with your ranch. Tell them that story.
An illicit transaction.
Because we got
Right.
like 6 minutes.
All right.
We're gonna be done in
On
like
this card.
2.
All right, so when I was in high school, my buddy was taking out the trash, as he says, quote unquote, bunny ears. And then he found this Ron Jeremy porno, and he was like, "Hey, you got a PlayStation 1? I would trade you this Ron Jeremy porno for your PlayStation 1." And I was like, "Deal." And then I still bring it up to him to this day because I know he has his doctorate, so he's Dr. Jones, blah blah blah. Throw his name out there. And then it was recently I was like, "Hey, remember that time I traded you my PlayStation 1 for that porn?" And he was like, "Shh, that's an illicit transaction."
He don't want that on his resume.
He don't want that on his resume.
Investigate. Like look at the ID channel.
You gotta just say random shit like. Real
Here we
quick,
go.
we were talking about this, and this will be short. This came up as Die Hard, a Christmas movie.
Definitely.
But what about Lethal Weapon? Because that was Christmas too.
I'd look at it too because Lethal Weapon 2 is my favorite, but Lethal Weapon 1. It is. It takes the year out of Christmas lot. I Come in Peace starts in a Christmas lot with Dolph Lundgren.
Batman Returns.
Yeah, definitely a Christmas movie. Like, bro, it's a
Oh,
Christmas.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with RDJ and Val Kilmer.
Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of Christmas movies that, like, The Ref. That's my favorite Christmas movie with Dennis Leary. That's one of my favorites.
Why does Die Hard get the love so much? Like,
It's the
Edward
perfect movie.
Scissorhands.
Yep, people forget that one. I always bring that up. Edward Scissorhands is definitely a Christmas movie.
oh wow,
But Die Hard it created the mold of the action, the 90s action, takeover, Passenger 57. That's why a lot of people, I watched a documentary on that, and they were like, a lot of people tried to hate on Passenger 57 because Bruce Willis actually passed on that. And to do, so I forgot which one, he did something else at the time, but they called it like the Black Die Hard. But it was like, it became like its own action movie, and because Wesley May, he did certain shit that he did, insisted on doing his own stunts. and
The
all that
sequel
shit.
bombed though.
It was a Passenger 57 too?
Mm-hmm.
With him in it?
Mm-hmm. No, it wasn't him.
No, yeah, that's
It
why.
was a low budget.
Oh, yeah, that's why I ain't never.
was
heard
it
of
Passenger
that
58?
shit. Yeah.
No, I think it was Passenger 57.
Passenger 56. It was a prequel.
It's a prequel.
But we gonna close it out real quick.
All right.
It's Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. We had a good show this last Saturday at the Good Time at the home.
They had a good time.
Yeah, it was cool. Good time at the Good Time. But make sure you follow Innovative Comedy and Innovative Culture. Cam? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, you can close out first. My bad.
Oh, okay. Well, this is Robert Jackson on this podcast with my good buddy Tony.
Yeah.
Follow me on my IG, which is tequila_Jackson_ the mixologist. And yes, I am a licensed bartender. You can hit me up on IG for all your parties. nice to be here on this show and actually do this podcast, which was like a whole lot of fun.
Promote.
To be with you, gents. So.
We out here kicking it. It's like sometimes it's just like we just sit with each other. If I'm sitting with a homie I talk to regularly, or somebody I want to interview, Megan, because they're like, I've watched you and this and that, but I just want to sit and talk with you because that's the homie, and we can talk where we ain't got to keep going back checking people walking in and being drunk and falling out and all kind of shit.
See, at least here, there's Hulkamaniacs here.
We take our vitamins and say our prayers.
Brother.
There's an eagle that just
We
flew
take
by
our
just now.
vitamins and say our prayers.
Because you know all the little Hulkamaniacs, brother.
Well, you know something, brother.
What you got
When the
Cam?
camera's on, Hulkster's a good guy. When the camera isn't on,
That good old red and yellow makes me think about McDonald's fries.
He hates niggers, brother. He hates niggers.
You can smell the nigga.
He can smell,
he can
the,
smell
nigger.
the niggers.
That's how he knows you're
Hulk
in
Hogan,
there.
we coming for you, nigga.
That's why they was coming. Did you ever see? I made a meme that went viral. It was like I just made a meme of Booker T saying, "Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga," and then at the bottom I put Hulk Hogan with his head busted, getting like carried out after Jeff Jarrett had hit him with the guitar, and I was like, "Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga." Later on, they did indeed come for him, and then I just had him like getting carried out. So I gotta find that. I created a lot of memes and just never put them.
You gotta have
watermark.
the one where he spray painting like N, and then just stop at N.
That's just hilarious. Cameron, excuse me, I didn't mean to use your whole. I don't like when I use people's whole government. It's just like I was trying to be all proper.
Y'all can tap in with me at COOLAZZCAM. Tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and innovative.comedy. And subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture.
We out.
We out.
Innovative. Innovative comedy.
Innovative.